Chapter 13, Gray. Did you end it? Marcus asks. Yeah, I ended it the other night. And you're alive to talk about it? I know. I'm not gonna lie, I'm just as surprised as you are. I thought Kira would have a completely different reaction. She was so calm, it was terrifying. I've never seen anything like it before. This is what you get for mixing business with pleasure. Marcus laughs at my misery. I have learned my lesson. I shake my head at his good-natured ribbing. I wasn't lying, though. Kira scares the shit out of me, and she's capable of some genuinely devious stuff. I know I shouldn't have gotten involved with her, but I did, and now I've got to deal with the consequences. What will you do if she's a crazy ex-girlfriend? Marcus asks a little too seriously for my liking. I'm hoping she won't be, but I have a bad feeling. I'm worried she's going to take it to Dimitri. She could cause some serious trouble. Let's hope she doesn't do that. We don't need Dimitri on our bad side. Marcus claps me on the back. I gotta get back to getting ready for the night. Standing up, Marcus walks from the bar. He heads towards the back office where the security team's lockers are. I'm already dressed and ready for my shift to start. As usual, I'm waiting on Marcus before our security team briefing to kick the night off. I glance over just in time to see Kira climbing the staircase to the second level. A queasy feeling ripples through my body. Is she going to tell Dimitri what happened? All of my fears come surging forward and my gut clenches. Fuck. This is what I was worried about, and rightly so. Dimitri is one of the coldest and most brutal crime bosses in the drug and gun game. I need to stay in his good graces. There's no telling what he would do to make his only child feel better. I really fucked up this time. Yo, Gray, you ready for a good night? Luke comes up out of nowhere and throws me a high five. I reluctantly return his high five and try to focus on what he's telling me while keeping an eye on the upper balcony. So this guy tried to start a fight with Pat last night. It was hilarious. Hey, Gray. Hello? What's up? I'm good, just a little distracted. Nothing to worry about. I'll pull myself together before the night gets started. Why don't you gather the rest of the team for our meeting? Luke pats my shoulder and heads off to find the other guys. Wiping a hand down my face, I scan the balcony and follow Luke to where the guys gather. Hey all, you know the drill. Keep your eyes open and ensure you're checking the usual spots when you're roaming. Does anyone have any questions or updates? I look around the group, my eyes settling on Marcus before moving to Pat, Luke, Joey, and tonight's team. Nothing but heads shaking. Marcus, you start on the back stairs and I'll roam. Luke and Pat have the door, and Joey, you're at the bar. I try to throw a little encouragement into my voice to get the guys pumped. We need to have just as much energy as the crowd, especially if things pop off. All right, let's have a good night. As everyone goes to their spots, I consider Dimitri's office and take my spot at the back bar. The doors open and people spill into midnight. Here we go. Chapter 14, Gray. We've been open for several hours and the night is going well. There haven't been any fights and the club is packed. We're making good money tonight and I've forgotten about Kira and Dimitri. Rotating out now to Rome. Marcus's voice comes through my earpiece and I watch as he changes positions with Joey, and Joey heads towards me. It's good to switch spots throughout the night. It keeps us alert and on our toes. We usually keep the two at the door the same, but the three of us on the club's interior rotate throughout the night. All good, Joey? Yep, everything was good at the back bar. What about roaming? Anything I need to watch for? Nope, everyone seems to be behaving themselves tonight. As I climb the stairs, I come face to face with Rob, one of Dimitri's guys. Hey, Gray, Dimitri wants to see you. My heart skips a beat and my stomach lurches. Right. Let me get one of the guys off the door to watch while I'm gone. Don't worry about it. I'll keep this post for the rest of the night. The rest of the night? I ask, a feeling of dread washing through my body. Best not keep the boss waiting. Rob smirks. I peer back down the bar and find Marcus. I know he can see the fear in my eyes. Marcus nods and tries to give a reassuring smile, but falls short. I keep climbing, coming to the second level of the club. My heart is pounding so hard in my chest that I can see it behind my eyes. I can't seem to slow my breathing as I walk towards the office door. I knock, watching my hand as if it belongs to someone else. The door to Dimitri's office swings open, revealing both Dimitri and Kira sitting at his desk. There are 3 of Dimitri's men in the office as well. I can't seem to remember their names. I force myself into the office. Each step feels like I'm dragging a 100-pound weight behind me. You needed to see me? I say softly, standing in the middle of the room. Dimitri doesn't say anything. He nods, and before I can process what's happening, I'm on my back in the middle of the floor, pulsing in my face. One of his men sucker punched me from the side so hard it flattened me. I can see dark and bright spots dancing in front of my eyes as I try to roll over to get up, but they don't give me that opportunity. 2 of Dimitri's men grab my arms, holding me down to the floor, and then Kira is there, straddling me. I try to buck her off me, but the 3rd man grabs my legs, and I'm completely incapacitated. Dimitri is standing over me, but all I can see is the manic smile stretching across Kira's face. What's going on? I manage through the spit and blood filling my mouth. Like you don't know what this is about. Kira snarls, leaning down closer to my face. A glint of light catches my eye, and I turn my head to see a knife in Kira's hand. I start to buck and struggle again, trying with every ounce of strength to break free from the hands holding me down. Kira's smile grows unbelievably wider as I struggle against her. She leans down, kissing me hard and smearing blood across our lips. Leaning back, there's a weird mix of pleasure and anger across her face. She's enjoying every moment of this. Don't worry. I'll go nice and slow so you can feel every inch of what I'm doing. Stop, Kira, please. I try to jerk my head away from her as she firmly grasps my face in one of her hands and brings the knife up to the left side of my face. She pushes the tip of the sharp knife into the flesh above my left eyebrow, so very slowly pressing it into my skin, splitting it open and slicing flesh. I bite my lip to keep from crying out in pain. I know people like Kira, crying out will only bring her more joy. If the only thing I can do right now is rob her of some of that, it's what I'll focus on doing. I can feel every inch of flesh separating from itself. I scream against my clenched teeth, unable to keep quiet against the pain raging against my flesh. Kira smiles as she pulls the knife away, sparing my eye. I can never hurt your eyes. They're far too pretty. She chuckles crazily to herself as she brings the knife back to the flesh just under my bottom lid, pressing it down until it hits my cheekbone. I cry out again, feeling the blood flowing down my face, collecting in my hair and my ear. Kira stops cutting at the corner of my mouth. Pulling the knife back, she takes it in her work. She still has a smile stretched across her face and laughs as she grabs my chin again, forcing me to regard her. Now, no one will ever want you again. Snarling, she leans in, kissing me again before getting up and walking to stand next to Dimitri, who watched her in complete silence. I'm still being held down by Dimitri's men, but I feel like I'm spinning in space. I can't seem to feel the ground under me as the world around me whirls out of control. The amount of pain running through my body is hard to comprehend. I can feel the cut and blood, and it seems like the knife is still cutting. I can't catch my breath. Dimitri steps forward, squatting beside me. I hope this will remind you to keep your relationships professional and stay away from my daughter. I nod, looking away as another wave of pain rages through my face. Dimitri stands addressing his men. Drop her off at the closest hospital. I expect you to be at work tomorrow night. Nodding again, I let his men help me to my feet and take the towel that's roughly shoved into my hands. They take me out of the office door and down the hallway to a back exit. I've pressed the towel to the left side of my face and it's already soaked through with blood. I'm woozy as I'm ushered into a waiting car. I'm sure you know this already, Gray, because you're not an idiot, but you need to keep your mouth shut at the ER about how you cut your face. You understand? Clearing my throat and talking around the swelling in my face, I manage a response before laying my head back on the seat. Yeah, I understand. Dimitri has nothing to worry about. The car ride is a blur, and soon I'm standing outside the ER. Let's get a gurney over here, someone shouts as I walk in. I'm barely aware of what's going on around me, as I'm suddenly swarmed by people in scrubs. I'm sure I appear terrifying, covered in blood and disheveled. As I settle onto the gurney, I feel the adrenaline leave my body, and I let the heavy feelings of exhaustion take over. I close my eyes and drift in and out of consciousness.